إذن السلام عليكم. اليوم نحن في الجالية اليمنية، دائما في خدمة أبناء الجالية، واجتماعنا اليوم مع منظمة American United for America بالشراكة مع الجالية اليمنية لمناقشة أوضاع ومشاكل أبناء الجالية بجميع مشاكلهم التجارية والسياسية والاقتصادية. ونشكر الجست. we thank the United American for America who came today to our community to talk about our problems and to see what we could do about it. And thank you.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for having us here in this great organization with the Yemen Group. We're pleased to be here as Americans Uniting for America to bring a new movement, not the Republican, not the Democrat, but the American movement for us, the people, to get our rights heard, our voices heard, and that's why we're here, to unite Americans for America. Thank you for having us.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. والآن الكلمة للأخ أمين عام الجالية الأخ سلطان محرم، يتفضل مأجورا مشكورا.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. نشكر كل من قاموا على هذا اللقاء المميز الذي يجمع بين كل أبناء الجالية وبين ضيوفنا الكرام، يعني نتمنى أن تكون هناك لقاءات أخرى، وأتمنى أن تكون هناك جمع آخر لصالح الأبناء اليمنيين وصالح أبناء اليمن بشكل عام. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
طبعا أقدم نفسي، أنا يحيى محمد الجاعي، رئيس لجنة شؤون المغتربين في محافظة إب، وإحدى أعضاء الجالية سابقا وحاليا. طبعا لقاءنا اليوم كان متميز بالحضور الذي حضروا وبالضيوف أيضا. حثوا الجاليات على أن يكونوا موحدين، حثوا الجاليات على أن يختاروا الرجل المناسب في المكان المناسب، ويبحثوا عن الذي يدافع عن حقوقهم كجاليات، ابتداء في الحقوق الشخصية، الحقوق العامة، البزنس، أيضا المحلات التجارية الذي يتعرضوا للانتهاكات في القانون وغير القانون. فأتمنى من الجميع أن يعي هذه الرسالة الذي جاءوا بها الضيوف، وإن شاء الله سوف نعمل على توحيد الجالية وعلى توحيد صوتنا وعلى توحيد كلمتنا، وبإذن الله سبحانه وتعالى سوف نحقق الكثير والكثير في اجتماعاتنا وفي لقاءاتنا وفي توحيدنا. وشكرا.
مساء الخير والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أنا بقدم أولا الضيوف حقنا. الهدف اليوم هذه من الاجتماع هذا هو مش كان فعالية، هو فقط كانوا يجوا لهنا يعملوا مقابلة من شان حقهم السندكيتس. هذول أنا الآن بتكلم في العربي، بعد أنا بعرفهم، هم بيعرفوا بأنفسهم. هذول يمشوا في أكثر من 30 ولاية في أمريكا، ما هم لا جمهوريين ولا ديمقراطيين ولا مستقلين. أساسا هذول يدفعوا المرشحين الذي يخدموا الجالية الأجنبية، هم أجانب أصلا، أمريكيين طبعا بس أجانب. فهدفنا كان هو اليوم هذه فقط لقاء بسيط، إن احنا نعمل مقابلة يعني زي تلفزيونية، هم معهم كثير بلايكس في كل أنحاء أمريكا. تمام. فهذا الهدف كان اليوم هذه اللقاء. كان في معانا ضيفة من الهوملاند سيكيورتي، المفروض إن هي تحضر اليوم على أساس إن ترجع على أسئلة وهكذا. اعتذرت لأنه هي من أب ستيت ومعها كان في معها مشاكل، ما يعني كان عليهم ستورم، مشان كذا تأخرت. الآن احنا هذه بداية، هذول اللي يجوا كل أسبوعين ثلاثة وعادهم بيحتكوا كثير ناس من أبناء الجالية هنا، وبيجيبوها بنجيبها في المستقبل، يمكن أسبوعين يمكن ثلاثة، مش عارف. Okay, that's basically what it is. I'm going to go ahead and welcome you today. This is the Yemeni American Association's basically headquarters here in New York in the Bronx, and then this is the head, Sheikh Fatah Ulaya. He is the head of the Yemeni American Association in New York, and this is Mr. Nabeel, that you know him, you saw him before. He is the vice president. We welcome you today. I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Maybe Mr. Boris is going to stand and tell who you are. And I already told them who you are and what are you here for. So if you just can go ahead and...
First of all, I'd like to thank Yemeni American Association for inviting us and uniting with Americans Unite for America. If you don't mind, I'll just like to tell you about us a little bit. We are both children of immigrants that came here legally 40 years ago, and our parents brought us here to live the American dream. We were never in politics. Went to school, had a business, with a child, living the good life, what America is all about. Just recently, basically within a year, 2 years, things started to change, and it's starting to affect us all. Me and Diane, we were actually aware of it, and I'll just tell a quick story how we started this. We were on vacation last year, winter time, on New Year's Eve, and there was nothing but CNN in our room. And I told Diane, we know better, but just for the sake of it, let's watch the CNN channel. And you know what? On the third day, I started to question myself. It's really brainwashing. And me and Diane, we sat down and said, you know what? We know better. And unfortunately, so many people, because let's say anywhere you go to airport, you go to hotel, you go to any restaurant, there's only CNN. And that's what people see. A lot of people not aware of what goes on in this country and what goes on. I'm talking about things that are changing. People want to bring here socialism. People want to bring here illegal immigration. We are all for immigration. We don't care what color, race, religion, nationality you are. As long as you live in America and you want to live American life, we are all for it. Our group, we don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. We want to unite everybody. We want to educate people. We don't believe in socialism. There is no free. Free is only cheese for mice in the trap. Socialism, people become slaves for government. And I'll just be quick, within basically 9 months, we were very active. We have to run our business, but we just started opening a group. It's called Americans Unite for America. We are recorded on Facebook 30,000, but literally we're close to 400,000. And what we're doing, we are
Across America.
Across America. And even though we live in Pennsylvania, we want to bring awareness to the whole, every state. I'm going to let Diane speak a little bit.
Well, like Boris said, thank you. Thank you very much for having us here. And we believe that there is no party better and more important than the American Party. We are tired of being divided. There is no divide in America. America is the melting pot of the whole country. We need to understand that when the world comes here, to our country, to America, it's not discriminatory. We don't care where you are, who you are, and why you left your country. We care that if you come to our country, America, who all of us here have families, have businesses, have jobs, are coming to America to prosper our country, to be safe in our country. And when we started this group exactly 10 months ago, we never thought it would get this big. But we decided we don't have a party. Our party is not Democratic, it's not Republican, it's not any party, it's the American Party. And we are here to unite the right people that want good for America, that want good for our families, for our communities, and are tired of the government misusing our funds for the nonsense they are using it for. We want to unite as people to give every person the opportunity to live the American dream as we have lived until now. So with that said, thank you gentlemen for having us here, and
Thank you for uniting with us.
I invite the next speaker to speak, and then we will have questions.
Okay, thank you very much, and we basically welcome you here. I'm going to explain to the people here that this is not the first time we are going to do it. You
This
are,
is the first time, but
I'm not the one time.
Right.
So we are going to continue with that.
Absolutely.
We are
1 year old to
we are
spread
going
our
to have
message.
we are going to have guests
Yes.
from different governmental,
Yes.
like from city councils.
Yes.
Probably we are going to have from the ICE,
Well, from the ICE.
yes, and we are going to basically bring more groups here. So for today, I just want to let you know that the reason we are going to share our community with you, I know you have a lot of influence all over and even here in New York. And we are trying to rally behind people who will serve our community. Now, I can give you a little story about our problem, which is with the small businesses. We have a lot of activity here in New York. We have a lot of groups and organizations who basically interacting with the government officials. The fact is, do they really help us here in New York, and especially small businesses? Because that is my expertise. I am in the small businesses. I do licenses for so many years. And I am always having a problem with rules and laws. Now we need to vote for people who are going to help us, and that's why we brought you in. We have small businesses in the city of New York. I'm going to speak in Arabic that make it easy to relate my message to these people, all right?
We know your message. So
I'm
please.
sorry, but I just have to, because this is really relating to them.
Of course.
So look, احنا عندنا بصراحة كده ناس عندنا ديمقراطيين وعندنا جمهوريين وعندنا ناس يعملوا من صالحنا وعندنا ناس ما يعملوا من صالحنا. أنا ما أحب أطلع ولا أتكلم ولا أنا أكره حاجة عندي الظهور. بس اليوم اضطريت أنا لأنه شوف في عملي أنا شايف حاجة مرة قادرة تحدث من هذا الذي احنا ننتخبهم نطرحهم في الحكومة. أولا احنا عندنا الآن 3 أو 4 يدفعوا قانون الذي هو حقة عقود الإيجار. لهم أكثر من 8 شهور وهم يخشوا حقنا الجمعيات ويعرفوا عننا. احنا 80% من اليمنيين 80% متأجرين في السيتي حق نيويورك. ما فيش أي شارع إلا ونحصل يمني في الكورنر. تمام؟ أوكي. القانون هذا بيفيدني جدا. يحاولوا كانوا يوصلوا معها، قالوا راحوا يعني يتواصلوا مع عدة جهات بس ما تعاملوش. اللي ما بيتواصلوا معي أنا كنت تجيب واحد منهم هنا. أول شيء في قانون الآن بيقول على إنه الليس، إذا أنت تشي تعمل ليس لازم هذا يعني يكون له قانون، لازم يكون له بيع. البين الذي طرحوه قد اشتركوا فيه الكوريين والأسبان والديمونيكان والصين كلهم إلا احنا مش موجودين. تمام؟ أولا الليس لازم يكون 10 سنين. ثانيا يعني زيادة الأجور 5% وال4% لازم تكون في حدود القانون، مثلا تكون 1 إلى 2. ثالثا ما فيش ضرائب. رابعا لازم يكون في يعني مثلا حدود في تصليح المحل تحت. أنا الآن أروح أشتري لي عمارة خربانة واجي واليمني مسكين يشتي يحاول ينزل ياخذ ليس، اجيب له ليس انا واشرط عليه في كل شروط. انا يعني اراجع ليسات كل يوم عندي اكثر من 2 3 ليسات كل يوم اراجعها. يجي لك يشتري يعني عماره ورمى لك الليس قال لك خلاص انت تصلحته، تصلح برا، تصلح الاستراكشر. الان جاءوا بقوانين الان انت لازم اذا مثلا عندك السباكه، اذا عندك مثلا الكهرباء، هذه كلها انت المفروض تصلحها. وبعدين برضه كمان تدفع يعني مثلا تدفع شو اسمه التاكس على البيلدينج، بعدين تدفع الاكسترا، وبعدين ارميك، بعدين يقول لك $5000 ايجار. تمام؟ المياه عليك واليوتيليتي عليك مش عارف ايش عليك، هذه ما كانش موجوده اصلا. نعم الان احنا نقول انه هذول ينزلوا قانون بحيث انهم يوقفوا هذه. بعدين احنا نجي للسيتي كونسل الذي هم الان عملوا لنا القوانين هذه حقت ايش؟ حقت السجاير. الان انت تاخذ مثلا سجاير، تاخذ مثلا انت الان معك محل جديد نظيف. تمام؟ انا اجي ادي لك اليوم هذه مخالفه بحقه السيجاره، مثلا واحد اول مخالفه. اوكي. ما نش قادر ادافع، ما يسمحوا لك تدافع اساسا عنها. عندنا اكثر من 30 او 40 قضيه الان بيدي، ما تقدرش تعمل شيء. تروح لهناك خلاص يقول لك احنا بني هذه الاول مره لك، الثانيه ما عاد فيش نقاط على حق السيتي، الثانيه نحن لازم ايش؟ نشيل عليك الرخصه. طيب يشيلوا عليك اذا اخذت الثانيه ومع يعني فيها شويه لعبه ممكن تاخذ الثالثه، بس احيانا ياخذوك الثانيه، ياخذوا منك الرخصه، لو ياخذوا منك الرخصه ياخذوا منك اللاتو، لو ياخذوا منك اللاتو يجيبوا لك ورقه من محل البيره، يعني يسكروا عليك المحل. تمام؟ طيب تعمل انت مثلا يعني تبيع لك يعني حبه بيره للطفل. الان الشغال ايش ياخذ؟ ياخذ حاجه اسمها دي اي تي، ديسك ابيرنت تيكت، تروح للمحكمه الجنائيه يدوا لك 6 شهور حاجه اسمها اي سي دي، ادجستمنت اوف كونتمبليشن اوف ديسمسل. يعني جنان، يعني يحاربوا الان اصحاب البزنس بالعربي كده. طيب انت الان عندك الان القانون الجديد الذي اجى الان ووقعوا، يخرجوا ناس يعني ذي ريد، يعملوا مثلا مشاكل الدنيا، مجرمين يخرجوهم الان وينزلوهم في الشوارع، ما فيش معاهم، يشتي يسكروا راكز ايلاند، يشتوا مش عارف ايش يعملوا، وينزلوا لنا الناس هذول، الناس هذول بيجوا يحوشوا امام محلاتكم، تمام؟ يعملوا لكم مشاكل والوالفر يدي لهم، وانتم من التكس حقكم تدفعوا. ففي حاجات احنا لازم نتعلمها، فنحن نشتي الان انه نحاول انه احنا نجيب الناس الذي يعني يدعموا احنا. انا جايب هذول الناس يساعدوا احنا في الدعم، بحيث انه لو في شخص احنا شايف انه بيعمل من صالحنا، سواء جمهوري سواء بنحاول نشتغل معه. الناس اللي بيساعدوا احنا هنا كيمنيين، انت هنا موجود، انت امريكي، انت تدفع تاكس، انت عايش هنا، تحتاج المصاريف هذه تنزل عليك والبلاوي، سيبك من الاميجريشن والبان، هذه ما هي الشغلانه، لا نقدر نعمل شيء ولا نغير شيء، ولا عملنا 120,000 يعني مظاهره بكره مش راح تغير شيء، ولا تصدقوا الخبر. تمام؟ ما في واحد زي انا قد اتمرمط في كل الامور هذه وعارفها. فانا اليوم هذه اقول انه هذول الناس ممكن احنا نجيبهم، هذول الناس اليوم هذه بيعملوا الفيديو هذا ويرسلوا للراي العام، بيشوفوا مين البيت الابيض ومنزل. تمام؟ هذول ما جاوش فقط الا على اساس هنا، بس احنا بكره بعد بنعمل مثلا جمع اخر، ممكن داون تاون، ممكن ونجمع الناس ونشوف اي واحد بنشوفه بيعمل لصالحنا. انا ادعم، عندنا خالد العامري مرشح يمني، انا جيت لهنا واتكلمت وادعم، وهو في الدستور حقي، وانا مستعد اعمل الذي اقدر عليه ادعمه، والاخ فتح علاي موجود هنا، فبنحاول ندعمه وبنحاول نخلي، انا بكلمهم، انا كلمتهم انهم بيجوا وبيجمعوا ناس وبيدعموا، فنشتي نشتغل بهذا الاسلوب. فهذا هو الذي اقدر اقول لكم عليه اليوم، وشكرا جزيلا على هذا حضوركم.
طبعا اخذت الميكروفون وقت طويل، لما نسيته كلها.
لا
Anyway, first thing I like to thank Mrs. Dayan and her husband and all our guests here and everybody who came today to cheer our problem. The thing is the starting today. We started something that we tried to help and to figure how we could fix our problem. The main problem, I mean, we have problem in the stores. Everybody knows that the Yemenis had a store in each corner here in New York. So we need to talk about this. We need somebody to help us. Whoever gotta help us for that, we gotta stick with him. كائنا من كان، من بيقف معنا بقضايانا الذي هي متعلقة بقضايا المحلات وبقضايا شيء نوقف معه، كان ديمقراطي جمهوري يعني بدون مزايدات وبدون كلام فاضي. وأتمنى أن نتنافس مع الطرف الثاني الذي يعتقد أن احنا ضد لفعل الخير. الجالية تكون للجميع ومظلة للجميع، والديمقراطي يشتغل هنا، الذي بيجي ينفع الجالية احنا معه، ومن الجمهوريين يجي ينفعوا معه، من الإصلاح، من المؤتمر، تنافس شريف لخدمة أبناء الجالية. والكلمة للأخ فتحي كلمة مختصرة هكذا، لأنه لا يطيب الكلام إلا إذا حطيت عسل عليه.
ما أقدرش أنا اسمي، أنا أعتبر كضيف، أهلا وسهلا، برحب بالضيوف وبالأخوة والذي لبوا الدعوة. زي ما قال الأخ نبيل، يعني أي واحد يخدم أبناء الجالية إحنا معه. أنا كان معي سؤال الشيء يطرح الأخ صادق، بما أنه جاب الأخوة يعني ما هو دور المنظمة الذي تقوم بهذه دعم الجالية في المخالفات أو الأشياء التي طرحتها أنت في الموضوع.
اوكي، دور المنظمة هذه هي أساسا أمريكان سيناتيد فور أمريكا، بتدعم لنا الناس الذي ممكن احنا نتوجه إليهم. هذول اللي عندهم أكثر من 60 أو 70 مرشح في القائمة حقهم، هذول في أكثر الآن من 30 ولاية. تمام؟ فدورهم الآن احنا نحاول نحتك مع هذول المرشحين. أي شخص مثلا احنا بيشتغل معنا ويخدم احنا بندي له أصواتنا، وهذول هم الذي بيوصلوا الأصوات لأنهم عندهم هذا الدور. بالنسبة للمشاكل اللي نحن حقت السمول بزنس، احنا بنختار، أنا أقدر أدي لك الناس الذي يعني الذي هم السيتي كونسل الذي وقعوا على المخالفات هذه حق السجائر، والذي جابوا القوانين هذه، واجيب لك كل هذول الناس واحنا نقدر نغيرهم.
بس كيف دور المنظمة مع يعني في القانون
هذا؟
هذا مربوطة مثلا
هي بترشح بتساعد احنا في هنا في نيويورك، بترشح الناس اللي نشتيهم، هذا دورهم.
بتطرح المشكلة هذه
في القانون.
if you want support يعني من الجالية أن تدعمك في معاهم مشاكل، المشاكل حقهم 1 2 3. هذه مثلا اليوم كان بيحضر معنا واحدة من الآيس وعلى أساس إن إحنا نناقش، وبعدها حاولنا بس الإنترنت للأسف مقطوع، بتواصل معاه كان معنا سكايبي. فهي بداية يعني بداية عمل مع هذه المنظمة ومع الشخصيات الاعتبارية ومع أعضاء من مجلس الشيوخ ومن مجلس النواب على أساس إن إحنا نناقش قضايانا. فهمت في كل الاتجاهات.
في عندهم أصوات غير اليمنيين هذول الناس، مثلا يقدروا يدعموا خالد العامري، يقدروا يدعموا أي شخص أنتم شايفين إنه بياخذوهم إحنا بيدعموه، لأنهم عندهم عدة جنسيات موجودة على حقهم
في الآن يعني.
فنحن نشتي نجيبهم على هذا.
نكلمهم معنا بديستريكت 42 اللي هي
ايوه
روزن بارك.
ايوه
الدكتور خالد العامري. احنا
معنا الدكان
في عندنا اكثر من واحد الان يتبنوا البيت. في عندنا there is someone right now there
We'd like to laugh too.
Look,
Please.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Actually there
When
is.
we speak English, you will
we
please
have
translate.
a Yemeni, he's a candidate, he's in District 32, so we need to support him. So
Well,
we
yeah.
vote.
If you don't mind, I'm sorry to interrupt. And again, what I would like to say, we are just like the way we met first. We strongly believe what you said. We need to go out and support our local politicians.
Yes.
And this is how actually we were at the event together. We came from Pennsylvania to Staten Island, and we saw your group, how you are passionate about what we actually do, and that's how we're here.
Right. We have almost like 3 or 4 city councils right now. I believe they are going to support our cause. No, there are a lot of them out there, but they are not. They are not working with us. They are working against us. Now, I'm going to get the names. I'm going to relay this to your bloods, and then you can go ahead and help us.
Absolutely. Well, we are all helping each other because 2 of us can do only so much. This group can do so much. But can you imagine if we all unite? I believe it's all about strength and numbers.
Let's get to the people.
Only then our voices can be heard.
Okay.
Because honestly, when we call and Diane calls and some, we talk to politicians, people actually in Minnesota, in New York, and when call one person, they don't pick up the phone. When you tell them we are a group of so many people want to listen because we can give them support. But Diane knows, and she's actually talks to a lot of them. She asks them questions.
I talk to politicians on a daily basis, and that's one form of a human being that I'm not afraid to talk to because I came here as not only a child but a grandchild of immigrants, which taught me that I need to stand up for what I believe in. We, the people of America, forgot one thing. We decide what our politicians need to do for us. They do not decide for us. We pay their salaries. We appoint them. And we need to right now take the responsibility for who we choose. We can't choose someone because they look great, because they have a great resume. It's time where
Or they talk good speech.
Exactly. It's time where our politicians come to places like this and they don't talk to us. We interview them. We ask them questions. We hold them accountable for what they're going to do for us because every single one of us here is actually paying for their salaries right now. So,
Also, sorry to interrupt, also just, the way, because we have been doing this and we see that every state has a different problem. Every group has a certain problem. So we try to address it all and bring people together, the awareness. The way we do it, we ask leaders. We are in 32 states
we're
right
in
now.
39 states, by
Okay,
the way, honey.
we're growing, and what we actually do, we have leaders. Some states have 3, some states have 4.
And I'll explain about the leadership
Right.
program because it's a little
we
more complicated.
can only be here, Washington. We have traveled to Texas. We talk to people, but we can only do so much. Our leaders, what we do, we talk to them constantly. We ask them to do the same thing. Go out, do the same things, and we unite it. We actually decided that somebody needs to step up, and it just snowballs. And that's how we're here, guys. And we really, really appreciate you uniting with us and, having this fight together. And if you don't mind, we actually, there's 3 ladies here, wonderful, that I would like give them a little, something happens. They are actually affected by this. They're also from New York.
And just in case, this all affects every single person here
Parents, especially.
that has families and kids. These ladies, well, actually, we're going to ask one of them to get up and tell you in very few words, because the next time we meet, we will have a speaker on behalf of this actual topic. This will affect every single family in New York, in this area too.
You want me to stand right here?
You can come here if you want.
Okay, perfect. And they only speak English and Spanish.
That's
so I can't
okay.
make
That's
any
fine.
difference.
If they need translation, I can help.
Okay,
Spanish is better.
Thank you.
hablas un little bit.
Hablo español, okay. I won't go into Spanish, it'll be too long then. So I'm Sharon, and I'm going to keep it brief. First, I want to thank you for having us come here tonight. It means a lot to us for us to share what I'm going to speak to you about briefly, but so thank you for that. So my name is Sharon. I come to you, I'm a mother of both a 12-year-old and a 8-year-old, almost 9-year-old daughter. So I come as a mother, I come as a Bronx resident. I live in Bronx, not too far from here. And what I've been involved with in the last, I would say a little bit more than a year, just to give you a quick summary. So last year in June, New York State repealed or got rid of what we had was called the religious exemption on vaccination.
Let me translate.
Okay.
It's very important. شوف في حكومة نيويورك السنة الذي فاتت ألغوا قانون كان يمنع مثلا الفاكسين في المدارس، بمعنى انه اذا انا مثلا في يهود ما يشوفش في بعض مثلا في ناس يقول لك انا مش هعمل فاكسين لابني، خلاص انا حر. فكان في قانون زي كده. الان السنة الذي فاتت ألغوا. Okay, good.
So as many of you know, in the Constitution of the United States, in the First Amendment, we have the religious freedom that we can come here to the United States and practice whatever religion we choose to, and it's our own personal belief. So it's not what a church tells us or a church member tells us, it's what we believe to be true for what we want to believe.
Okay. طبعا الدستور الامريكي يضمن لكل الناس الذي هم يمارسوا ديانتهم يمارسوا هذه الحريه الذي هم يشترون، وكل انسان عنده الحقيقه يمارس حريته الخاصه.
So we are not anti-vaccinators. We're not saying that if you choose to vaccinate your child, you're a bad person or something is wrong with you. What we want to promote is that parents should have a choice whether or not they want to vaccinate. And for the last 50 plus years in New York State, we've been able to use a religious exemption to say we don't want to vaccinate. And I'll tell you just a little bit about why you may not want to vaccinate.
هذا اللي طبعا مجموعة يحاربوا حكاية انهم يحصروا الموضوع او اللي يشيلوا الفاكسين من المدارس. فهي الان بتحاول تشرح لهم انا بس بختصر لهم وهذا بتبين كل شيء، قالت بتشرح لهم الان ليش وايش السبب. هي الان
أعتقد كلهم فهمانين إنجليش تيرن ميل موفيان.
Okay. So I'll tell you briefly. So I was born here. My parents are immigrants too. They raised me Catholic. So my moral convictions as a woman who was raised Catholic was that once I looked into the ingredients of vaccines, which can be read in the product inserts that come with each vaccine, which most doctors don't share with patients, is that it includes aborted fetal tissue. It includes certain ingredients that may not be kosher for some religions, like pig, cow, other DNA and animal tissue, right? So knowing all this information, my moral convictions told me that I did not want to continue it, right? So I had this religious exemption. I was able to use it. I combined the science I was reading with my moral convictions, and I said, I do not want to continue this. I was grateful that New York had a religious exemption in place. I filed it. Everything was all well and dandy. Come June 13th of last year, New York State decided that Albany and legislators there knew better for my family, and they said, no, if your child doesn't get all their vaccinations, they cannot be allowed in school. So many New Yorkers don't know this, but as of June 13th last year, 26,000 students were removed from the school system because they chose not to vaccinate or complete all the vaccinations that New York schools require. So I don't know, just from a show of hands, how many of you knew that information? Nobody, right? Well, Here we go back to CNN,
And this
right?
is- and
That was
this
not
is
mentioned on
exactly
CNN, right?
why our groups
Right.
need to unite
Mhm.
for people to be aware of what's
Correct.
being done and told
Right.
us what to do.
Right.
We are the parents of these kids. We are the business owners. We are the citizens. And we are the taxpayers. We are the ones believing in the rights that we have. We should be the ones enforcing our rights and our voices to be heard. And that's why the united way to do this is the only way.
So just to wrap up, because I mean, I could stay here the whole night and talk to all of you, but so after that point, 26,000 kids were removed from the school system in New York State, all across the state. Many people still don't know about this who are New Yorkers. These families also included children with special needs. So children that were in special needs program, let's say an autistic child was kicked out of the program, received no services, no plan. Parents are stuck with these children at home all day when they depended on a school system to help them with this problem, some of which the science tells us that autism can be caused, by vaccines. And that's another whole topic. So we're in that situation. That all led to where we are now. So removing the religious exemption is making it easier for the government to mandate more vaccines. So just to give you a quick summary, when I was a child, I received less than 10 vaccines. In 2020, we're up to 69 doses for children before the age of 18. So we have an alarming number of vaccinations now that children have to receive. So even parents who are not opposed to vaccinations have concerns about the number. So right now we're at a place where there are bills right now in Albany being talked about and probably will be passed before June of this year that will require, if you have a daughter or a son who's at the age of 9, they may be required to get an HPV vaccine. So this is a sexually transmitted disease in order to stay in school. There's a bill for 7th graders too. So if you were born after January 1st of 2009, you will need the vaccine in order to stay in school. Many parents vaccinate their children, but they're fiercely opposed to the HPV vaccine because it has a lot of problems around the world. It's a vaccine that's on trial right now in other parts of the world.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Who monitors that?
Our wonderful legislators in Albany, they think it's a good idea for them to mandate this vaccine, and they are trying to remove the parent from the picture. So some of these bills say that they do not require parental consent. So they're setting up clinics in high schools and in schools where your daughter or son will go into the nurse's office, get the vaccine, and you don't have to know about it as a parent. It's happening now. There was a case in the Bronx.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have a question. I mean, this is terrible. Our children being taken away by us.
Right.
But does it also, and I believe this is terrible, religious, but that does also affect health-wise children?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Because
right now,
some people may not know it, they don't care, let's say they're
Right.
not religious, but does
Right.
it affect their health?
well, I mean, as we know, even if you're not someone who closely follows vaccines, the pharmaceutical industry in this country is very powerful. Very, very powerful. So us as people, we have more people than they have money. They have a lot of money. We have a lot of people. But we need more people to rise
So
up
you
and
give us
realize.
the vaccine because it causes a disease for the kids? That's what you're saying?
For me,
والشيء اللي يشتي خبرنا التنبيه بعده.
the main thing to focus on is that parental choice is being taken away. So whether or not it's not about being against or for vaccines, is whether, the fact is that we should have a choice as parents what we want to inject in our children because it is a pharmaceutical, it is a drug, and every drug has adverse effects.
Okay, we get that part. I mean, does anyone have a question about the...
What's the side effects of it?
بعدنا من اللقاحات وتدخل بالدكان على طول.
I mean,
Well,
we
you could
can
have-
spend a long time, but what I can recommend, if you're a parent who's interested, I would recommend reading the product inserts.
أنا قال لقاح.
And they're available. The FDA publishes all the information that's in a vaccine. And you could also go into the CDC, the excipient list is called, and you can see all the ingredients of the vaccine. So this is information on like government document websites.
Gosh, you want to say something?
Doctors, the vaccine that's in the little bottle. I want a paper from that.
Right.
Mr. Fed, do you have any question, or you've been telling me?
Gentlemen, we protest, we get together with you guys, but according to these words that's affecting our little businesses, how can our voices get to the law make?
Great.
Oh, indeed, that's a good question. Thank you. Thank you for asking that. This is actually, we have to follow them. We can actually reach out to their offices. We have to see what we want and what those politicians stand for. Just like Diane said, we have to ask them questions. They cannot tell us what we want because enough is enough.
We've heard it all before.
We've heard it just like Mrs. Sadiq said, our businesses is affected. How do they stand? What are they promising? What are they basing it on? We actually, and I'm not trying to say any names or push anybody, but we did meet with a gentleman also in Brooklyn that is running. He's a common person, but he has a great vision. He comes from us. He's not a career politician. He lives the life every day. He has a strong message. I can't say, but we need to investigate as people, unite. That's why we have groups. That's why we choose people.
Actually, it's because of the ICE ladies coming today.
Yes.
Most of the people came, and we already told them.
Yes.
I want you to explain exactly why she don't come today, because
Yes.
they was trying to put some
Yes.
questions.
Actually,
to her.
she's online watching us.
Oh, okay, that's beautiful.
I'm so
This is-
sorry.
This is
But,
one thing.
I'm gonna.
So
Just-
anyone who could ask a question, that lady from the ICE is
Yeah,
with
she's
us.
watching.
She couldn't make it because of storm
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Albany. So I mean, like I
We
said,
will-
anyone has a question.
Did I answer? I'm sorry. Did I answer your question? Yeah.
I know you did get. I'm not saying that.
No, no, no.
But
Just right.
I want to explain too, because he was even asking me, what is the lady? She don't come, so I tell him it was a storm in the way, so she couldn't make it. But next time, we will.
Cammy is watching us, and we decided since it's our first meeting, she will be writing down questions. If anybody has any, you can address them. For our next meeting, we will be having answers to all the questions that are asked here today. Next meeting, she will be here physically. So if anybody has any concerns, where ICE is concerned, please address them. And we will try to answer them to our best knowledge, and if we can, we're not gonna ignore you. We will get back at our next meeting.
Let me try you on this question that he's gonna ask Aziz. تفضل.
Yes.
Please.
مرحبا.
صار ممكن يعني ترجمة لي الموضوع.
اوكي لا نسأل بالعربي عادي.
أنا بتكلم بالعربي.
اوكي.
ويترجم الموضوع.
نعم.
السؤال حقيقي كان سؤال كبير والأسئلة كانت كبيرة حول موضوع الترشيح.
عمل عملية اختصار وسئل.
أوكي. هناك جالية اليوم أصبحنا جالية كبيرة هنا في الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية وبالذات في مدينة نيويورك. ولدينا مسجلين كثير.
We became a strong and big association here for the Yemeni American Association in New York.
احنا المفروض احنا مسجلين بالانتخابات اليوم كثير غير السنوات الماضيه بسبب الحظر على اليمنيين من قبل الاداره الامريكيه.
We became strong. Our presence became strong at Yemenites here in New York after we signed for election, especially after the ban.
يعني الضيوف هم انا على ما فهمت انهم منظمه امريكيه.
The guests are understood.
We all American.
Are an American organization.
هل يعني صوتنا سيصل الى السياسيين الامريكيين مثلا كالحزب الديمقراطي او الحزب الجمهوري ما تعانيها الجاليه اليمنيه؟
Is our voice is going to reach whether the Democratic Party or the Republican Party for what we are suffer as the Yemenite community here in New York?
I can answer that right away. We are the American community. We stand for wherever you come from. It doesn't matter to us whether you come from Yemen, Ukraine, whichever country you come from. You are here with us as an American, and we're fighting for our rights in America. For us, it's important to have every community have strong strong safety laws, have the opportunities of the American dream, whatever they mean. So we, as a community of Americans, Americans Unite for America, and we have a lot of organizations that have joined us in this fight. And if we unite with the Yemeni organization, you are our organization, just like we are part of yours. If we have rights that we are fighting for, those rights basically affect you too. If you have rights that are affecting you, they affect us too. So united, we stand. And united, we will attack every issue that has to do with any person, any business, any parent that is living in America.
Let me add something, because I think I heard you did say what party we're going to reach, Democrat or Republican. Personally, Democratic Party, not what it used to be. That's what I see. People used to think our everyday people, normal people, Democrats. Not anymore.
Immigrants.
The party left us. I was never in politics. I am not pushing anybody down anybody's throat, but Democrats are not for the people. They're only for themselves. I do like our president. I'm not pushing it on anybody.
Me too.
The reason why I like him, because he's not a politician. He's a businessman. And I don't think he needs this headache or anything. He's doing it to make, yes, he may has a big ego, but he wants to make America good again. And this is what we all want. So we see a lot of people actually switching, coming from Democrat to Republican. Some people saying, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat, but I will never vote Democrat. This is what, and what are your thoughts on that?
Me, I'm Republican, and he's
Democrat.
See?
Great.
Can I
I love
ask you
it.
a question?
I love it.
Being a Democrat,
This
and
is
I have to address this a certain way, because all my life, I came to America when I was 5 years old. All my life, I was made to believe I am part of the Democratic Party, because they are for the people.
Yes.
Until I opened up my business with my husband, until I had my child, and I realized, wait a minute, they're not for me. So today, I'm going to ask you a very important question. I think a lot of people might have the same question. Today's society, on today's date, everything that is going on with the political arena, why do you choose the Democratic Party? What have they done for you?
At least they didn't put
the ban.
the ban for Muslim people for 6 different
Because
countries.
most of the people think the ban was only for Muslims.
Of course, it's only for 6 different Muslims countries.
But no, but as I know,
Choose
because
by the Republican when Trump he became the president. So he put the travel ban for Muslims.
Okay. For certain Muslims?
because the 7 countries is they all Muslims. But like you explained to me the last time, is because the database they can't fix it, and the problems in those countries. That's what's make Mr. Trump do the ban. عشان الجوازات هو يقول لك انه الجوازات في اليمن ما انضبطاش الحوثة يقطعوا جوازات والشرعي تقطع جوازات كلهم يقطعوا جوازات ما يقدروش يحصروا الاسم هذا المشكلة وليش رفعوا على العراق
No,
They're here. So does anything besides the travel ban,
That's what they
does
said.
anything else that the Democratic Party has done up to today that affects you positively?
No.
So why do you call yourself a Democrat?
No, because
You're not gonna make him no Republican.
What is your reason?
We have one question here.
Because to me, I personally want to tell everybody here, I thought I was the Conservative Party. I was let down by my Conservative Party. I thought I was the Democratic Party. I was let down by them too. Today I'm the American Party. I'm the party of the people. And I choose.
So you're not a Republican?
I'm not anything. I am a person. I choose not to put a title on myself. I choose to be the person that cares about my husband, about my business, and about my children. That's it. I am not going to be branded. I am an American. That's all I am. So,
But neighbor state belong to
Democratic.
That's what they said.
No, no. How do you figure that?
He's talking about the shares when the dangerous one.
Election-wise, okay. Very good topic. Election-wise, every year, Democrats have won in Pennsylvania. Last election, the Republicans won in Pennsylvania. We forget that if we have the right to vote, we can choose.
If you don't mind,
It's whatever you believe yourself to be. It's how strong your message is. If you're going to come back to your house and sit and say, I'm whatever party, Democrat, Republican, nothing's going to change. But if you really believe in who you are and what you need, you're going to pick up the phone and call everybody you know and say, what has your party done for you? Why should we vote a party? Why should we not vote a person? Let's vote for people that come to this country and actually want to make good for this country. So why is it different in an election?
You're right.
You're voting the person that's going to make a difference in everybody's life. So you have to take it seriously. You have to take the responsibility of telling enough people, getting enough people on board to carry your message.
But we have the main problem.
record.
With our business. That's the main problem. Okay, first thing, we pay a lot of tax.
Yes.
A lot of different tax.
Yes.
We pay a lot of rent.
Yes.
Now, they squeezing us for a lot of stuff. Okay. You know, they do a lot of, every time they put a new law, they squeeze us. So they push us to close the business. Now we have more, you can say 3,000 person Yemenis, they leave from this source. And we pay a lot of taxes. So now you push all Yemenis to have to go into the food stamp or to go into the Section 8 because we can't have any business. And we
They're
support
hard
a
working.
lot of families.
As he said, the Democrat is running New York. So, and they doing
It's
this
a lot of
one.
problem we have right now.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
In every election since you've been in America, what have you personally
We don't
done?
know who, you know, we have to follow who's the right person. So he's got to help us.
I'm going to tell you what you
Let
do.
me just say, I think just by being here today, all
You're
of
already
you
doing it.
gentlemen,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank
You're taking a step forward.
Thank you very much. We're going to meet another meeting bigger than this and see you inshallah.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Next time,
اتفضل الأستاذ حين.
انت لازم ان شاء الله تترجم. اولا نرحب بالضيوف.
First of all, I welcome you.
الشيء الثاني ما التمسنا من هذا اللقاء
What the sense of our meeting today,
انه الناس مع الاوطان ليس مع الاحزاب.
that people are with the countries, not with the parties.
اتمنى
I wish
ان تكون هذه الرساله لابناء الجاليه
the people of the community
ان يكونوا على قلب رجل واحد وان يكونوا متوحدين في توجهاتهم في رؤاهم مع الاوطان وليس مع الاشخاص ولا الاحزاب.
they stand as one person and they are just be with the country rather than with the parties or with individuals.
This is our.
Thank you. شكرا.
هذا شعارنا. Thank you.
We did not step any boundaries.
But I will.
ما كان عندك سؤال يا شيخ حين؟
Okay, the meeting tonight was basically for Americans United for America. It is an organization that basically in over 39 states, and they are visiting every states and every minorities. We are basically gathering votes for those who will stand with us. Not, we are not. It's non-partisan. And it is an organization that we are trying to bring it to New York so we and interact with the Yemeni American Association and other associations here in the city of New York. And that is the reason we are here tonight.
What happened the week before last, big deal I think with Soleimani. Our president decided he was a bad man, and we all listen. We want to know, and I hear constantly. I hear Iraq, Iran, I understand, and I hear Yemen all of a sudden. What is your take on this, what goes on? How did he affect your people? Or people are actually angry? We would like to know, because it affects everybody.
I'm going to go ahead and translate this piece, the last one, for
I mean,
them
you
and
could just
whoever
answer
is
Musa,
willing
you
to
could
answer.
اترك لي انا
Basically هو بيقول على انه طالما احنا هنا مجموعين واحنا كلنا اجانب ولكن امريكيين ويهم احنا مثلا نتفاعل مع امريكا، هو مثلا روسي هي من يوكرين، تمام؟ فهو سمع على السليماني وسمع انه دائما العراق وايران واليمن دائما معه، فيشتهي يعرف مثلا ايش رد فعلنا ورد فعلكم هنا على هذا الوضع، يعني ايش تعليقكم مثلا كيمنيين امريكيين. فاي واحد يشتهي يبدا ممكن تقول انا اترجم لك.
يا عزيز ابدا خلينا نوضح زياده يعني بالنسبه وضعنا هنا في امريكا او وضع اليمن بشكل عام.
وضع اليمن بشكل عام، وضع امريكا، وضع الاحداث، وجهه نظرك هنا
حول الاحداث.
ده انا الموضوع سليماني. الموضوع
Aziz Zaid is one of the main activists here in the city of New York, and he is going to basically comment and give his opinion concerning Suleiman.
Please.
سليماني الذي اغتالته قبل 3 أسابيع الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية.
Suleimani that was basically taken by the United States.
كانت قرة عالمة في أوساط أبناء الشعوب الإسلامية والعربية.
It was basically a happy incident among the Muslim world and the Arabic world as well.
كون الشخص هذا
This individual
كان يشكل خطر على العالم وليس على العرب والمسلمين.
He was a dangerous individual, forming danger not only on the the Muslim world, but also on the world as a whole.
وكان أحد الداعمين للميليشيات في الشرق الأوسط.
And he was one of those big supporters for the militia in the Middle East.
مثل حزب الله في جنوب لبنان.
Like Hezbollah in southern Lebanon.
والحشد الشعبي في العراق.
And then also the Iraqi People's Coalition.
والحوثيين في شمال اليمن.
And also the Houthis in northern Yemen.
Can I just, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you more, because again, you guys close Yemeni community, you have relatives, you have friends back. How did he affect Yemen, especially?
الذي سليمان لأنه سليماني هو من يدعم الميليشيات الحوثية، يدعمون بالسلاح وبالأفكار التي الآن منتشرة داخل المناطق التي مسيطر عليها الحوثي بالشعارات الموت للعالم الخارجي مثل الموت لأمريكا. فإحنا نرفض هذا الكلام.
Because he was one of those supporters for the Houthis, and he was supporting them with finances and also armaments. And then he also, basically ideologically, he just he make them just come up with logos like "Death for the World," "Death for America," as you hear slogans. Yes.
نحن أبناء الجالية متعايشين مع كل العالم هنا في أمريكا، لأن أمريكا تجمع العالم كله.
We are here in America as a Yemenite community. We try to interact our work with all the rest of the minorities here in America, because America is a melting pot.
احنا نرفض هذا الشعار الذي هو شعار جاءنا الى اليمن من ايران وليس هو شعار يمني.
We refuse this slogan. It comes from Iran to Yemen, not us. This is the slogan that is death to America and what happened.
نتمنى من المجتمع الدولي ان يحسب لهذه الميليشيات كونها مثل طالبان.
We really would like from the international coalition to really take a step and watch this militia, because it is as dangerous as the Taliban.
لأنها تستقطب الشباب وتعطيهم أفكار معادية للمجتمعات الباقية.
Because basically they recruit youths and they just teach them, they educate them anti.
So they radicalize them.
Yeah, they radicalize.
Basically, and the way I see it, some population are pro that regime, but most of the people don't like it, right? This is how.
Am I correct if I ask you?
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Am I correct if I ask you? Because we constantly see there's a lot of people waving those flags, and there's a lot of people that are for them. Would I be correct if I ask you, the people that are for them, do you think these are people that believe in their causes, or these are people financed by them?